Hello, family. Welcome back again to the castle of Maths Fanatics 24/7. As I said on the previous video, we're going to finish up these questions now, right? So let's check 1.3. So 1.3, they want us to solve a what? An inequality. Okay, let me get my pen. Where's my pen? Perfect, got my pen. So now here, we have negative 2x squared plus 5x is less than or equals to 0. Okay. And then now I can see that this is a quadratic formula. If you want to, you can use a quadratic formula to get your critical values. Right? But there's a shorter way to do it in this case. Because I can see that I have a common factor of what? So you're going to take negative 2x squared plus 5x, you make it equals to 0 because you're looking for the critical values now. No? Then I see that there's a common factor of x between these two terms. So I'm going to create two brackets. Then the first bracket is x. Then if I take x here, the negative 2 will still be there. Then the x goes there. And then it's always good to check. If I multiply x by negative 2x, I'll get that part there. Do you see? Then here, if I take the x away, I'm just left with 5, right? Now remember, I said if you have brackets multiplying and a 0, you can always separate the brackets. So x equals to 0 or negative 2x plus 5 equals to 0. So here I'm going to have negative 2x equals to negative 5, which is x equals to 5, because I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2. So x equals to 5 over 2, which is basically 2.5, right? Perfect. Therefore, your critical values is x equals to 0 or x equals to 2.5, right? Then now, I want you to listen to me properly now. This is the tricky part. No? Okay, I'm going to use a different color. So you circle this, but always make sure there's a 0 this side. Less than 0 means negative. No? So we're looking for where this part is negative, basically. Okay, sharp. So now we're going to draw our number line. The smaller number comes this side, which is 0. The bigger one comes that side, which is 2.5. Then you do your circle, you shade them. In this case, why do we shade? Because it has or equals to. No? If it was just this, you will just draw circles without being shaded inside. No? Sharp. And then now, you take any random number. You can take this side, or that side. No? For example, I can choose which number here in the middle. We can choose 1, for example, because 1 lies between 0 and 2.5. And then you go to your calculator. You do this. You type whatever you have. So I have negative 2, but where there's x, you put the number that you chose. So I chose 1 in this case. Ne? Then plus 5. And then remember the x that I chose is 1. So where there was x, I put 1. Do you see it? I still need to put a square there. So it's negative 2. Where there was x is 1. It doesn't have to be 1. It can be any number in between. Even if it's a decimal number, it's fine. But just make sure that it's in between. Ne? Sharp. Okay, so I just chose 1 in this case. Someone could have chosen 2, 2.1, 1.5. It does not matter. Okay, sharp. So the answer is positive 3. Ne? I don't care about the value. What I'm interested in is in the sign. This is positive. So it means I have positive. These sides are going to be negative then. That makes sense. It's always switching. If this was negative, these sides are going to be positive. And then I'm looking for here, basically, where it's negative, right? So it means I have to be going that side and I have to be going that side, right? Okay, let's erase this part here. Sharp. So now we can now easily write our answer. Remember, x values that are going this side are smaller than this one, right? The ones that are going there, they are smaller than this. So x is going to be smaller or equals to 0. Or x will be bigger or equals to 2.5. Then this question is done. So if you check, it's always, if there's a gap in between, it's always smaller than the smaller number. And then or, then you use or, x is bigger than the bigger number. I hope this makes sense. Okay, perfect. So we're going to try look at the last question, which is 1.4. Okay. So on 1.4, I have exponents. I have exponents. What is happening here? Oh, my color doesn't, okay. I have exponents and I have a plus sign. Ne? This is the hint I'm going to give you, and you have to stick with it all the time. If you have exponents, so exponents, right? I saw exponents there. And then you see a plus or a minus sign. You have to factorize. There's no any other way. Ne? You have to factorize. Awesome. So in this case, I know I'm going to factorize, right? So before I factorize, I'm going to separate this part here into simplest form. Remember, 2x plus 1 can be 2 to the power x plus 1 can be written in this form. 2 to the power x and then 2 to the power 1. Remember, same basis, we keep one base, we add the exponents, right? Then I have the plus 2 to the x equals to, we do the same with 3 to the power y plus 2, right? Which becomes this, then minus 3 to the power y. So here I can see that my common factor is this part. Do you see? So I'm going to take it out. Remember I said we factorize. Ne? So it's 2 to the x. Then I'm going to have 2 to the 1 left there. Plus, here I'm going to be left with 1. Right. Remember here it's basic. This will become 1. So some people write it like this. 1 times 2 to the power 1. Do we get it? Still the same thing. Which becomes, okay, this side, the common factor is this one. And my experience tells me that the base with a variable exponent is always the common factor. Yeah? The base, so here I'm going to be left with 1. This becomes 1. This is still 3 squared. Minus that one become 1. Right. Then I have 2 to the x. Here I have 3. Then I have 3 to the y. This gives me 8. Right. Then if you can check here, 8 can be written as, okay, let me rewrite it here. So I'm going to have 2 to the x, 3 equals to 3 to the power y. Remember, 8 can be written as 2 to the power 3, right? Perfect. Now I'm seeing something very interesting here. There's a 2 here, there's a 2 there. There's a 3 here, there's a 3 here. It means a 2 must go with a 2, a 3 must go with a 3. Therefore, I can conclude this. This exponent must be that exponent because they are all on 2s. Therefore, x equals to 3. Here is 1, right? So y equals to 1. Therefore, x plus y equals to 4. Then finito. Ladies and gentlemen, if you found this really helpful, don't forget to hit the subscription button and share with friends and family. I hope to see you soon. Tango. Have a great evening.